Hey, what's up, guys? Jamie here. I want to say a massive thanks for joining me in today's video. And for those of you that are watching from YouTube, thank you very much for joining me. If you are interested in making money online, how to get started in affiliate marketing, and pretty much all things digital, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to smash that bell icon to stay up to date with everything I'm putting out. So today what we're going to go through is a very basic setup for creating a video funnel. Now, before I go into the stuff, I'm going to explain a little bit about what a video funnel is and why it can help you in your business. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? So a video funnel is basically the idea that you are providing goodwill to your community and you're simultaneously making sales of whatever it is you're trying to promote. So kind of cool stuff. And I'm leveraging, I guess, a few things I've learned along the way. You guys might recognize where I'm heading with this. It's clearly something from Frank Kern in particular, intent-based branding. It's really cool. I'm not going to go into the depths of, I guess, the ins and outs of intent-based branding because, quite frankly, I don't know it well enough and it's not mine. And I respect Frank enough not to try and do that. Plus, I can't really speak of it in that term anyway. It's just more, you can still create a video funnel without going down that pathway, so to speak. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and share my screen. Fingers crossed it works. Sometimes the technology I use doesn't always work. In fact, they actually popped up with a warning saying sometimes it crashes on Chrome, so fingers crossed. Hey, how's it going, person? Very good morning from South Africa. I can't actually see who that is, but I'm going to use my powers to make a stab in the dark. I reckon that might be, who do I know in South Africa? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to get it wrong. All it comes up with is Facebook user on my side. So anyways, let's jump into it. Appreciate you guys tuning in, by the way. Right, I'm going to share my screen. Fingers crossed. Let's see how this goes. All right, we're good so far. You guys can see that. Right, I'm going to use my trusty easel. Let's just see. Yep, you guys got that. Cool, cool, cool. And someone calling me. Right, trusty easel. And what do we got here? Okay, now apologize, folks. Sorry, I had my phone ringing. Someone who I suspected may be on the live, so therefore they might be telling me that there's a technical issue. Or they'll figure out that I'm on a live anyway. Anyway, I apologize. Let me just double check one more time. Yeah, okay, cool. We got it. Right, so a video funnel. What are we doing here? Now, first and foremost, you need to be able to provide something to your audience. And this can work across any niche, by the way, and you can do it organically via just your Facebook page. If you choose to, you can also, of course, do it with paid ads. Now, I don't have the Facebook ads manager in front of me, clearly. I've kind of had a few issues with the Facebook ads manager in recent times, so I won't be going down that path. But what you need to do is basically do a very basic setup like this. And in fact, you know what? I'm even going to go so fancy as to put a little triangle in the middle. So that way, that's not, it's the wrong type of triangle. Gosh, it's meant to be a play button. You know what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of that. Anyway, so this is, we're going to call this video one. I'm going to use, let's just chuck some text in here so we know what we're talking about. Vid one. Oops, one. Okay, so God, one of those days. So vid one, you're going to have to use your imagination a little bit here with this one. But anyway, video one, it's designed to be around about a minute. Like I say, on Facebook, you can either use it organically or you can use it with paid traffic if you choose to, just doing video views. And what you're trying to do in this video is quite literally just, and you can record it on your phone. You don't need to get all fancy. It doesn't need to be done in a studio with lights and all that sort of hoo-ha. It's really just basic stuff, right? So video one is just an explanation of what it is that you're doing and how you can help your audience, and maybe just providing a little bit of information that is going to help them along the way. And of course, if you want to put in a very gentle call to action, you're welcome to. So for example, you might say something like, by the way, guys, if you guys are stuck in your affiliate marketing business and you'd like to go from where you are now to hitting your revenue goals, there is an opportunity available for you. All you need to do is reach out to me, or for those of you that are watching via YouTube, click the link below. You're going to be able to check out the Super Affiliate Accelerator, see if it's the right option for you. So that would be an example of it. You can just make it very casual throughout the course of your discussion. Like I say, not something I invented. Frank Kern, IBB. So anyway, video one. So what you want to do is, if you're running paid ads to this, is you want to form an audience, and you can form an audience based off people that have watched anywhere from 3 seconds of your video right up to 95% of your video. Okay. And so the way that you would do that is you go into audiences, and I can explain that perhaps in another video, but I didn't want to get into the minutiae of that. So then what you do is if we go, and I'm going to use my drawing skills over here. Yeah, awesome. So what the magic number is anywhere between 70 and, yep, that's, I'm like Picasso. This is amazing. All right, so basically anywhere between 50% and 75% is kind of the magic number. You can go high, you can go low, you can test things out. It really is about testing in that initial stage with that first video. And what I mean by that is basically it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you do very broad targeting, and I'm going to speak to ads as opposed to organic here, but if you do very broad targeting and you have just say male and female aged between 25 and 55 in the United States, you're going to get some people that aren't interested that just watch anyway, just because they're curious. And then you're going to get other people that are more interested. So the rule of thumb is, if you imagine this as like a shotgun approach, and the thing is that people that watch more of a video than less are going to be more engaged in that content, right? So if they watch a minute worth of video and they're on social media, then they're pretty engaged. It means that they're quite interested in that particular topic, especially if you're able to help them out. They'll probably think, oh, this is a little bit different. They haven't really tried to pitch me, their things so far. And so then what you can do is you can retarget those people. So the people that have watched 50% or 75% or more or less, really doesn't matter. You can then retarget those. So then you have over here, oh, wow, beautiful. It's like looking at the Mona Lisa. Gorgeous. Anyway, right, so video 2. So I'm going to put some writing in here so it all makes sense as well. Vid 2. Okay. So basically video 2 is, again, you're leading them down that pathway. So video 1, you just put out there, and then you retarget them to video 2. So people that have watched 75% of video 1, you show them the next one in the funnel. And what you also want to do is, because you've made an audience out of the people that have watched the first one, is basically you want to have it so that they only watch 10 days or more, 10 to 15 days of that first video. And so therefore the next video, of course, they watch that. So they've formed an audience. That's really annoying. Just make sure that's all there. You guys can all see this. Thank you for staying up, people in the States. I hope you can all see it. I apologize for keep jumping screens. I'm just worried that the person trying to call me is just trying to warn me that my screen's not showing. That's all. Anyway, if it's not, then you guys will just have to listen to my dulcet tones for a little bit longer. All right, so just to get my train of thought back on track. Video 1, you get people to watch 75%. You then retarget them with video 2. And again, you're looking at a minute video. It can be a little bit longer if you choose to, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. It's something that you kind of want to play around with. And the same process again. So this time you can go, we're going to go 75% again. So we're going to go down here. And what you can do with video 2 is you want to test it out, because you never know. Sometimes people are willing to buy and they're willing to perform and act, wow, how did I do a little 9? That's incredible. It looks like a G and a D. Wow, man, it's amazing what happens when you're not trying, right? Okay, so again, with the second video, you want to retarget 50% or 75%, but you do need to test this out, okay? Because one of the other strategies that I used to use for my clients in particular is called the carpet bomb strategy. So it would work in the exact same way. You put a video out there, you retarget the people that have watched more of it, and that it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy in terms of the audience. But then what you can also do is test it with just a static image video. You can also test this with what they call a PPE. It's a paid page post engagement ad. And basically you could have, instead of a video, you could have just a big write-up. And the big write-up is, again, offering value. It's just a different type of content. So that way, if you don't want to do multiple videos, you can do a video and then a PPE, and then you can go back to a video if you choose, and then maybe it's an image with a little bit of writing. Point being is that you can mix it up. You can still have the same effect. Now, that particular one I just spoke of, that is from a lady in Australia here called Jodie Millard. and she teaches something called the $10 per day ad strategy, which is a similar concept to this, but it's pretty cool. So then after we've got video 2, and again, you can start putting in CTA so you can test it, right? You might want to go, okay, instead of, wow, look at that, brilliant. So the first one is you don't put any call to actions on it at all. And if you do, you can just make it a verbal. Hey, by the way, if you're interested in checking this out, there's a link there if you want. But if you don't want, then who cares? Whereas the second piece of content, whether it's a video or just a post, again, you can start trying to throw in a call to action like, hey, by the way, check out this website or check out this opt-in page, or if you'd like more information, do this, do that, right? So you can imagine what happens. You're starting to see a bit of a pattern here. Okay, we've got now the third video, and this is number 3. There we go. See if I can, oh, wow, so accurate, incredible. And we're going to go video 3 here. Vid 3. Okay. Right, so video 3 or content piece 3, it really doesn't matter. Same thing again, you either want to go 50%, 75%, or just test it out. This is advertising. The point being is that it has a funnel. So that way people watch the first video, sequentially they watch the second, and then obviously the third. And so each one, you're giving a bit of information, you're helping them out, you're giving RIA results in advance, and you're building your goodwill with the audience. And so even if you are making call to actions at this stage, like, oh, by the way, buy my stuff, or oh, by the way, opt into this thing to get this free other stuff, you're already building goodwill. They already get to know, like, and trust you based on the fact that you've got your phone out and you're just doing little videos as you go along, right? So anyway, you kind of get the point. So then guess what happens after that? You then go and you retarget the people that have watched 75% of that. So then we're going to do another little arrow down here. And all the while, by the way, this is your, and I'm going to do another little box. This is your landing page down here. That's exactly what a landing page looks like. Don't try and fight me on that. Anyways, let's go. Oh, we're going to do another one. I'm going to do, that's my opt-in form there. Yep, that's exactly what my landing page looks like. Crikey. So with this one, you can start sending traffic back there. Again, with that one, you can start sending traffic back there. And whether it's just a verbal or it's a stronger call to action, like click the link to get started, or check out the free training I've got for you guys, or if you got value out of this, check that out, whatever it is. And guess what happens down here? You got another thing, another piece of content. Doesn't matter if it's a video, cool. If not, it's fine. Doesn't matter. It's all about testing, right? So on and so forth. So you get the point, right? And that in itself is a video funnel. And so, or a content funnel, depends how you want to put it. But each one looks to basically ramp back and throw traffic at this. But you can imagine that if, say, for example, you've got the first video for the, let's say, 10 to 15 days, the next one you're retargeting for 10 or so days, next one's 10 or so days, et cetera, you can imagine by the time they get down to like the 4th or 5th piece of content down here, they're like, man, this person's awesome. Look at how much value they've tried to give me along the way. You know what? I think I'll check out their thing. I'll go and have a look at their thing. So they might go and check out your thing. And then what happens is you've then got more traffic from your opt-in page, because then you've got a new audience that you can build. So these are all, this all very well indoctrinating people into your world this way. But then once they start landing on your page, regardless of whether they opt in or not, then you can form audiences based on people that have actually gone to your page. And so that's like page visits, or you can even have people that have opted in or clicked a button on your page. I'm just going to, that's my page. This is what all my landing pages look like, by the way. And I'm going to do a little bit more of a hairstyle there. Yep. Cool. All right. Ta-da, landing page. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Right. Hopefully that all makes sense. Let me just remove that. Let me get back to here. 7 minutes late live. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you being here. Richard, let me just, I'm going to scroll through, make sure I haven't missed any questions along the way, and I'll come back to you. I assume you're talking to my talking about my artwork there. Good times, good times. Sup, Tim? How you doing? Sonia, how's it going? Got some Facebook users. Unfortunately, it doesn't pop up for everyone. That's cool. Muxy boy, hi. I like your username, man. Yeah, what do you? Okay, good question. So the question is, what do you set the campaign objective on? Is it clicks or views? So for the if you're just doing a video funnel, then it's just video views. But you can test it. You can actually do PPE, page post engagement, and basically what that does is look at the engagement on the page. So likes, comments, shares, and obviously just watching the video as well. Hopefully that makes sense. But you can test it out. Again, it's all about testing, right? So if you get to say the second or third video in your funnel, and then you might just do, I'm going to do a static image now and just a really strong call to action just to test that out. You might find that the click-through rates and the opt-ins are a lot higher and a lot, the actual cost per opt-in is a lot cheaper, all the cost per sale, et cetera, et cetera. And so therefore you don't necessarily need to continue that funnel. You might just stop it at that point. Kind of cool, right? Hopefully that all makes sense. Any other questions, guys? That all kosher for you? I'm here all day. Right, that I don't know how that happened, and I now don't know how to get rid of that. So, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know that that's working. How do I remove that? Oh, gosh. Okay, there we go. Hide that. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for your patience there, folks. I know it's a bit annoying having to test everything. Yeah, hit me up if you get stuck with that. Richard, more than happy to help. Yeah, in theory, that's the theory behind it. So, really great question, and just for both audiences here, in a perfect world, yes, it's not a perfect science, so it doesn't always work. But in theory, if you imagine that there's normally when you go onto Facebook or any other medium or other platform, I should say, for advertising, a lot of it is, hey, how's it going? I'm Jamie. Buy my stuff. Or hey, how's it going? I'm Jamie. Here's a link. Check it out. I've got a thing for you, and it's going to change your life. It's going to be awesome. But if you imagine a slightly different way, where it's like, hey, how's it going? I'm Jamie. Nothing to sell here, but here's something that's going to help you with what you're already doing. By the way, if you do want help with it, here's the thing. And then the next one is obviously something similar. Hey, by the way, if it's going to help you out, this should help you out. Go here, click on this. But the point being is that there's a quote that I heard from fellow Kiwi, Sam Ovens, recently, which was, and I don't think it's a recent quote from him. I heard it recently, and it was, the only reason you love your parents is because they've served you more impressions, or words to that effect. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant. So if you imagine that if someone sees your face and they see different types of content and you're providing value, which is just a byproduct of you being out there doing these things anyway, then eventually they're going to become indoctrined into your world and into your ecosystem in some form. And so therefore, of course, they are the ones that are going to be genuinely interested because they're like, oh, this guy's really different. They're not trying to sell me stuff right off the bat. They're actually trying to provide value. They seem to care, which, you genuinely should care anyway. So, yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps. Anyway, that was a bit of a quick rundown. Don't actually know how long I've been going for. It feels like an eternity. It's been one of those days. Unless there's any other questions, I think I'll wrap things up there. Thank you, everyone who's jumped on this very impromptu training. And for those of you joining me via YouTube, thanks very much for tuning in. Feel free to smash that like button, drop a comment if you got value. And that's it for me, folks. I appreciate you tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks very much, guys.